Hey, how y'all doing today? Um, Thank you for tuning in with Majestic Life Solutions. So you already know that what we're gonna talk about today. We're talking about fear. Well, we're talking about fear this whole week. So let me get my what's call it up. Oh, matter of fact, I'm always have to do something, but it's okay. Um, one of these tours. No. So let's just let me know that I'm on. So that one must be done. So come on. So we can continue talking about fear until next week, maybe. It just depends. Oh, I did it right there. So I want to show this up to fear and relationship coming up. There we go. Until next week. Okay. Maybe. It just depends. So we're gonna put this. Oh, I did it right there. So I want to show this up. I like to. I like to look at myself. I do. So you can see my screen. Like that's oh. So I'm working from. So I brung my other computer in, and bringing it in. I don't know the password. I forgot the password, but I know it was something like something. I don't remember. But at the end of the day, I still have 3 workplaces that I can work in. So I brought my office to Pleasant Grove, you guys. So usually I'll be wherever that's at. I don't even know where it's at. I don't even know what part of town I stay in. I just know it's a part of town. But I like looking at myself, and I look lovely on there. You like to see? What was see, that's my workspace. See, that's over there. That's me. And then so that's another computer that I work off of. So we're gonna turn this back. 'Cause I don't know what board town is in. Medical district, something. I don't know where it's at. I just know it's somewhere over there. And whatever it is, it's not important. So so we're talking about, if you read the title, the title. See, I gotta change that on Facebook. I don't know how to change on Facebook. Facebook only says uplifting or something like that. That's why I think that's what it says. But we're talking about fear. Okay, let me cut this down. I know that I can hear myself. So we're talking about fear in a relationship. Oh, that's about to get on my nerves. So, see, I'm using the wrong mouse. When it confuses me sometimes. So, as we're talking about fear in a relationship, so we first to go with John 4:18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. The biggest fear in a relationship is often um I don't messed up thing here. Often cited as a fear of being abandoned or not being loved enough. Other significant relationship fears, we'll go over them in a minute. So fear in a relationship, and I want to talk about this right here. I want to talk about this to you guys right here. So, when I start saying about loving yourself, so that's what we're talking about. We're talking about loving yourself and fear in relationship. We're talking about all of it at once. So whatever just comes to me, that's what we're gonna talk about. Okay. So right now, loving yourself. So loving yourself, I think that's what we're supposed to be talking about, right? I think fear and we're gonna put them all together. Okay. So let's do that. So, with that being said, you guys, loving yourself. When I say loving yourself, do you remember what I was talking about earlier? You probably don't remember. Probably it just came out, went in one ear and went out the other. But I'm supposed to tell you something. So when I say loving yourself more, learn how to be by yourself. So just say, for instance, if you in a relationship, right? You're in a relationship. So when either your spouse or whatever give you some money, right? Give you some money, and you go to Ross, you go to the mall and stuff, and you go shopping by yourself, right? You treating yourself. You by yourself at the mall. So that means if you don't need nobody to go to the mall and pick up a item for you that you want, you don't need a person that's going to tear you down in love. So if they're going to tear you down in love, then that's not love. So therefore, love yourself. Love yourself more than you love anyone else, because it comes from within. You gotta love yourself. Once you are understanding that you gotta love yourself, all the fear about loving someone that this person that told you down so much. So when the person that told you down is man or women, you have to get over that hurts first. You have to build yourself back up. You got to heal from that past relationship. Don't go just jump into another relationship, because it's not gonna work. You're gonna get the same mess that you got in that the relationship of, but just in a different body. So fear of I ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna do that one. Fear of betrayal. Worrying about your partner being unfaithful. That's the most important thing that we worry about in a relationship, right? So therefore, when if you loving yourself and you know exactly what you want, there comes, you know what there comes? There comes a person that's willing to love you. If they're willing to love you and knowing that they love you, there comes trust. You have to trust that person with all your heart. That's why you got to heal yourself first before you jump in another relationship, because you ain't gonna trust that person because you've already been hurt. But with this relationship that was over here, so heal yourself first. Start loving on yourself, just like how you go get a pair of Jordans, sir, ma'am. Just like how you go get a new purse. Listen, you be by yourself, right? Most of the time you be by yourself because you don't want nobody begging and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So just be real, be frank about the situation. You know what I'm saying? so we gotta get back to start loving one another and loving ourselves first. Loving one another, loving ourselves. We're loving ourselves first, and then start loving one another. Because we got to realize one thing. When we've been hurt so many times over and over and over again, our trust is gone. Our trust is gone. We it's hard to trust people. It's hard to trust people when you've been done wrong so many times in your life. It's hard to trust again. But when you build yourself back up from the ground up, just like anybody want a house that's built from the ground up, right? So if they want a house that's built from the ground up, do yourself like that. Let's build ourselves from the ground up. That means from the feet to the top of your head and every piece of food you eat. You understand what I'm saying? For real. Fear of losing independence. Feeling like you lost your own identity within the relationship. So when I say that, remember when I told you that seek counseling, seek professional counseling, but you got to talk to the person that you're with. If y'all really love one another and you really want to be with one another, then that's what you got to do. You got to seek professional help. You got to seek that help. You got to understand that if one love hard and the other one's not, it's a reason why that other person is not. That's why you have communication. So if you're falling out of love with somebody or you're doing something, have communication with that person and tell that person exactly what it is, because at the end of the day, we are all adults, right? If we're adults, we should have adult conversation with our spouse or whoever it is, correct? Yes, I know I'm right. That's what we should do. But we don't do that because it's one that always want to know all of everything. Well, want to run a whole conversation, and one that knows it all, and one that's going to be yelling and don't know how to take don't know how to take pain. Just put it like that. It's pain. Don't know how to take pain. You got to know how to take that. You know how to take that stuff in when you're talking to your spouse and everything. You got to know how to, you got to take that in, because if they want to talk to you about something very important that's going on with your relationship, then you want to take that in. You want to take everything in, because then they'll start telling you that we need to seek professional help. You understand that? If you understand that, say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like, hey, I have built myself back up to know exactly what I want in my life. I don't want no BS in my life. So I know the difference from BS and what's real. So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Just know what's real and you got to just know the difference. What's real and what's fake. What's love and what's lust. You got to know the difference. You got to detect the difference, and it comes from within your soul too. You'll know if that person right for you. If you got a gut feeling of oh, it's just not right, something not right about this person, then that's not the person for you. Just don't pick that person just because they want to lay beside you and watch Netflix. No, it's not right. Fear of conflict, avoid disagreements, or feeling unable to resolve issues. Helpless resolve issues. So therefore, let me tell you, it's a lot of disagreements. We in a relationship, we're gonna all have ups and downs, disagreements on everything. So if I say, just say for instance, if I say, well, you know what? We was at the store, we was at the grocery store, and I told you I picked up a piece of candy or something. And you was like, no, you didn't pick up a piece of candy. You picked up the bread. I'm trying to tell you what I picked up. So just little stuff that people get into it about. Like, did you get the what's called out the car? I thought you got it out the car. Oh, you just make me so sick. Learn how to control that anger. Learn how to control that anger. And start being an adult about the situation. And one of y'all just get our butt up and just go get it. So if I picked up a piece of candy and you said bread, so what we got to do is we got to sit down with one another and come to realization and say, okay, let's think together. Was it candy or bread? So that's where conflict come from. Conflict comes from when a person is, one of them is not understanding nothing, and they don't want to understand anything because they stuck in whatever they want, whatever they think it is. You understand what I'm saying? They stuck in that, so they're gonna think whatever they want to think. Okay. And then a lot of people in relationships, you know how, like, I'm just gonna say the real, like how we can just get, like, people usually say, oh, where you get that ugly person from, or where you get that? Well, it's mine, it belongs to me, don't worry about it. Okay. So fear of judgment, worrying about being criticized or not being accepted for who you are. Always know who you are, because if you don't know who you are at the end of the day, like me, I know who I am. I'm a homosexual. And if anybody come in my life, I don't want no straight man. I want a homosexual. I don't need nobody that's in a closet and I have to go find them in the closet and tell them to come out. No. Been there, done that. Don't want that. It's not gonna happen. If you don't know exactly who you are nowadays, then you will never know. And I don't want that, period, point blank. And it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So therefore, because a lot of people do this. Like when like, just say a man, and he know that she like women also. She like women also. So you allow her to go with a woman or whatever. That's not love. That's not love. How can you love another person or put another person in a relationship? No, that's not love. Because if you love somebody, you're gonna love all of them. Not stepping out because they allow you to. All that open relationship stuff, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Open relationship. Who says open relationship? No. If you're in a relationship, it's a closed relationship. It's a closed relationship. If you're in an open relationship, that just means two people together that just stuck with one another. They don't want to go nowhere. That's it. Because they fear of the fear of rejection. So that's why they be in open relationship, fear of rejection. So they don't want to go somewhere else and then they be rejected by that person, or they can't find a person just like how this person treats you. And a mess. Because if they want an open relationship, it's a mess. Get it correct now. Let's solve some issues. Let's solve some issues, because it's a lot of stuff that we all have to learn. And we're still in a learning process. We're still in a learning process. But at the end of the day, if you're not willing to learn different things, then you're not going to learn different things. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck right there thinking, okay, well, I know it all. Which we don't, none of us on this earthly land know it all. That's what the president, he don't know it all. We all as humankind do not know everything. It's a lot of things that we all have to learn. Start coming to realization and understanding that we still growing. We're still growing. Oh, I'm just too old to be doing all that. I'm just too. No, you're not. Stop that. Stop that madness. Stop that madness. You're not too old for anything. That's just like I seen on one YouTube things or whatever, on the news or whatever. That lady was 70 or 80 years old and she went back to college because she went back to college and got her degree because that's what she wanted to do. I think she was about 80 years old. She went back to school to get her degree and she got that degree and she completed that. I think she was like 84 when she got it, something like that. I don't remember. It's been a long time ago. But at the end of the day, you're not too old to do anything in your life, because if you want to do something, it comes from you. Start with yourself today. Start with yourself today. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's it. Like people just don't understand, like, for real. I mean, like, it's scriptures in the Bible too, to go over, speak them over your life and stuff like that. Like the one I just read, like John 4:18. John 4:18. It's about love. It's stuff about love and everything. Anything that you want to speak over your life and everything, just do it. Make sure that you become a better version of yourself and not try to be who somebody wants you to be or try to be somebody that you're not. I was always taught that you don't have to keep up with the Joneses. I don't. When my time comes, my time comes. So don't never think that you got to keep up with somebody just because somebody go get a new car, you got to go get a new car. It don't work that way. Stop being jealous of that person and worrying about. Be happy, be proud of a person that's actually doing something, succeeding something in life and doing better for themselves. Always be happy for a person. You don't have to be so envy of a person because of what they're doing in life. You don't have to be like that. That's not what life is about. We're supposed to be happy for one another, and happy for one another when somebody succeeds something. That means that's one leader in your life to say, Okay, well, they succeed in something. They doing something in their life. So I'm gonna follow behind their footsteps because whatever they have, I can have it too. You understand what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying, say, hey, yo, you understand what I'm saying, but it's the truth. And the truth may set you free. But always remember when you go out and you go pick that person and you think that's the right person for you, there's no hurting each other in a relationship because love shouldn't hurt at all. Love shouldn't hurt. If it hurt, then if you have to hurt in a relationship, that's not a relationship. It's not a relationship. It's a situationship. And you really need help. For real. I ain't gonna sit here and sugarcoat with nothing with nobody. But at the end of the day, you got to know. That's why I've been by myself. Like when people start calling me weird, yeah, this is the kind of that Lakia's got. Start getting knowledge, understanding what life is about. So now you know. That's where my weird came from. That's why I started buying all these computers. That's why I started buying all kind of printers. That's why. Because the mistake that I made in my life not finishing school, so I had to gain knowledge. I had to do this on my own. Because that's the mistake I made in my life. So if I know better, I do better. So that's what makes me the person I am today. I stand 10 toes down on learning more because I didn't get that education that I needed in high school. You understand what I'm saying? So now I can be my own teacher as long as I'm willing to learn. All I have to do is just look up different type stuff. If I'm willing to learn something, then I can be my own teacher. That's right. That's right, you guys. You know what? I guess that's it. You know, I'm not on the other platform because they was sending me notifications talking about you got this many minutes left. You can't tell me how many minutes I got left because I'm on the free site. I'm on a free part. I'm not paying for the part that you want me to pay for. I'm not doing it. I don't care how much money I got in my pocket. I'm not doing it. I'm still gonna be doing this free stuff. You crazy? Look. It is what it is. Maybe that's too. I think it was like $19 a month. I'm not supposed to pay that. I'm not. If I can get that's with anybody in America. If you're gonna get something free, like I got different little slots on this thing. I can use this screen. I can use this screen. I can use that screen, and I can put another monitor on this screen, and I can work. I can have 4 things going at once. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna do that after a while. I was gonna go get the other screen and put it right here and hook it up. If I can work on 4, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not never gonna stop learning. Until God take the breath out of me, I'm gonna keep learning. That's how it's supposed to be. But a lot of people just so stuck on stupid. Just to call it out for real, stuck on stupid. They don't want to learn nothing. Only thing that they want to learn is where that blunt at. Where that blunt? You want to look it up? You want to look it up? Oh, where you go? That's what they want to learn. But me personally, that's my weird part that I started studying. I started doing stuff on my own because I didn't get that education. So if you know better. And you know, like I said, you got to release stuff. So that's how I released that I didn't finish school. I didn't finish school. I don't got no GED either. So I'm not proud of that, but that's just something that happens in my life at a young age, that I didn't take control of my life and understood like where I'm supposed to be going in life. I didn't understand that because I wanted to be grown at a young age. So if you know things, you do better. So that's my time, y'all. Guess what? I'm about to eat something. I don't know what yet, but we're supposed to find out. I want something that's gonna make me pass gas, but I don't know. That's what I want. I want some beans and cornbread. You gonna eat your cornbread? Yes, I am gonna eat my cornbread. You crazy, baby? I'm telling you, like that's why probably why I was so skinny because I did not eat like bread. If I go to get a burger, if I used to be weird. So if I get a burger, I used to take the bottom bun off. I take the bottom bun off because it's too much bread. So I just eat the burger like this with the. Sometimes I take the top bread off. I don't know. I don't remember which one I used to take off, but I know that sometimes the lettuce. I mean the whatever the because some people put the at the bottom bun they put the lettuce tomatoes down there. Some of them put it at the top. So wherever the lettuce and tomato is I take the bread off. I don't know why. And I like the tomatoes, lettuce, onions. Oh, plenty of onions because it makes the burger so good, and plenty of tomatoes. Oh, I don't know, but I'm hungry. I'm gonna get up off of here with y'all. I sure hope y'all enjoyed the message, and I sure hope that you will get your life in order. And well, we all get our life in order and start heading forward in life and thinking about the future. But we thinking about the future. We having goals for the future, but we living in the now. Let's start today and let's fix ourselves today, and then to prepare ourselves for the future. Okay, you guys. Hey, I know what? I know one thing and two things for certain. I know that God loves you, and so do I.